Liberty. The Sky looking to snap a 3-game losing skid and back to tonight with a 7-game win streak. They've already clinched a spot in the Commissioner's Cup championship game.
And to think that they're on this 7-game win streak really without the services of Sabrina.
All right, Skylar Diggins with the basketball. She's got her own commemorative pin here tonight. That was on our Blazers, in case you're wondering what that was. The lob play there to Azurá Stevens for the first two.
It's not surprising to me that Tyler Marsh went inside rated playmaker, in my opinion.
Well, she gets about 2.5 assists per game. Averaging a career-high rebounds per game here this year. Just a shade shy of maybe averaging a double-double. Sydney Taylor's first shot not there. The Sky forcing the turnover on the first offensive possession for the Liberty. They come in with the 6th best offensive rating, the 2nd best defensive rating, a 10-4 overall record.
And this is a Liberty team that will turn it over. They're averaging about 16 a game.
Jonquel Jones gets the first shot, and Phoebish with the offensive rebound and putback. She's a player because of overseas obligations. Didn't start this year with the Liberty.
And she doesn't score on post-ups very much, but an obvious mismatch and advantage that she took advantage of.
Now off balance there, but doesn't matter. Sydney Taylor, her first two.
And you've already seen a little bit of what Sydney Taylor can do and can provide. Lisa, that first shot that she missed that 3 off the ball screen, but then able to get inside and finish at the rim.
They feed Phoebish, who has the height advantage, at least against Skylar Diggins, but she pokes it away. Good defensive stance there by the Sky. They've started out real strong on both ends.
Well, I like this by Sydney Taylor. That's a really great decision to attack and get downhill. She's really strong going to her right.
Talk about perhaps this guy could be refreshed after almost a week off with rest and practice. Now Stevens has another bucket.
Azurá Stevens has been struggling from the 3 since returning from her injury this season, but I like what she's doing. She's not settling, she's not forcing it. Instead, she's just trying to get to the rim.
This is going to be a handful. Brianna Stewart with her first bucket.
Well, there's mismatches defensively all over the court for Chicago. New York's one of the longest teams in the league.
Well, the microwave, I don't know if you can call it a microwave because she's been hot when she's been inserted into the game, but she's got a cool 4 points here out of the gates.
Nah, she's no microwave. That's Pam, P-A-M, 0.8 minutes.
I love it. All right, Jonquel Jones takes it to the rack. You talk about, you know, the defensive mismatches. Anytime the Liberty comes to the floor, right, the opposing team is kind of scratching their head about how you try to stop them.
I mean, just look at the length that's on the floor right now.
Jonquel Jones going for the block, picks up the first personal instead.
And what New York is doing, Lisa, is they are taking advantage of the mismatches defensively that Chicago's given up. Right now, New York has all 6 of their points in the paint. This is a team that's one of the most prolific 3-point shooting teams in the league.
Looking for experts that know batteries? Batteries Plus are the experts in charge. Car batteries installed in 20 minutes or less to key fob replacement, to phone repair, you name it. Your local experts for batteries and more. It's Batteries Plus, the experts in charge. Couple of free throws for Cardoso.
And I like that. That's one area where I would really like to see Camila is get to the free throw line more.
This is nice too. Diggins takes it away.
Getting screens, they're getting lost in those screens looking at New York. But when Tyler Marsh came in, he said we have to get into the paint, get paint touches so it opens up more for us on the perimeter. Then he looked to both Azurá Stevens and Camila Cardoso and said, if you're not boxing out, JJ or Stewie, you need to come down and help box out with our guards, making sure they're not crashing.
A turnover there on that possession. Thank you, Kalia. With the points in the paint, there's an advantage here right now. The Sky a 10-6 advantage in that category. Phoebish driving and a blocking foul.
I love the defensive intensity that Chicago has brought to start this game, Lisa.
What do you like about it?
The aggressiveness. They are not reactive. They're dictating. And so they're taking away what New York, what they want to do, which is come off screens and get wide open threes.
Sydney Taylor is whistled for the foul. The second sitting knows what it means to finish first. Download Bet365 today. Discover what Chicago's always known, that winning is everything. Fibish makes good on the second. Leonie Fibish, part of that championship team in 2024. About 28 minutes in her return, averaging about 7 points. Skylar Diggins, that high arcing shot. If there's been a reliable three-point shooter lately, it's been Skylar.
And that shot came off of ball movement, and that's when Chicago's at their best. When that ball moves 3 or more passes, Chicago's shooting about 52% from the field.
Spin move, a little pirouette, and Jonquel Jones has another bucket. She's got 4 here in the game. Skylar Diggins, why not? Back to back for Sky Dig.
Right after I just said ball movement was the key, right? And that's okay. That was a heat check, and she just knocked one down, so go ahead, keep feeling it, and pull the trigger. No problem with that.
Remember, she had that season-high 4 threes against Atlanta a couple of games ago. But let's go back, digest Skylar Diggins from distance.
Well, the last 2 games, Skylar Diggins is shooting about 60% from the 3. That first 3 came off of ball movement. The second 3 is just her coming down, getting a little rub screen from Azurá Stevens because she's feeling it now, letting it fly.
You hope that maybe one player getting hot can translate and extend itself to the rest of the team. The three-point story has not been a strength all season long as Satou Sabally gets her first bucket. Sabally now coming off the bench. Made her Liberty debut on May 21st. Taylor pulls up from about 17 feet out, and Sydney Taylor, an excellent start. She's only missed 1 shot.
She's a 3-level scorer, and in her 3-point shot, she's not as efficient. It's still coming along, but you see her willingness to take it. You've seen her score at the rim, now that nice mid-range.
And she's got almost half of the Chicago Sky's points here, 8 of the first 20.
Point a minute.
Let's see. It actually is double that, 8 points in 4 minutes. So what is that?
My math is not that good.
Don't do me like that. You gotta adjust your nickname. Sabally. Diggins, count it! And how about a 3-point play the good old-fashioned way?
I really like this starting lineup adjustment that Tyler Marsh has made, because now Skylar Diggins doesn't have the weight of the world, or at least the offensive world, on her shoulders. So she's playing with a lot of freedom and fluidity right now because she has a backcourt mate who can take some load off of the scoring for her.
There's so much talk about Sydney Taylor, but let's not forget Skylar Diggins in her return to Indiana had one of those 20-point games, her 4th of the season. She played real well last week.
Well, she had 16 of those 21 in the second half.
It'll be a foul on Skylar Diggins, her first. Now, Tyler Marsh had talked about in the pregame about the starts and the finishes. They've had so many clutch games, actually the 3rd most in the league when you talk about finishes, and that's playing a game within 5 points in the last 5 minutes. But the starts too are equally important. Not to negate what happens in the middle, but he says if we're down by a huge deficit, that exerts a lot of energy to try to come back.
And so to put this into perspective, Chicago already has 23 points in this first quarter, Lisa. They're averaging 17 points in the first quarter.
Now the first quarter has been an Achilles heel. Natasha Cloud from distance. And who is they have built, look at this, a 15-point advantage against the New York Liberty team, one of the top teams in the league here so far. And a reach-in foul. Got Natasha Cloud, that's her first. Now Chris DeMarco in year number 1 as the head coach for the New York Liberty, of course replaced Sandy Brondello. He spent 14 years in the NBA under the tutelage of Mark Jackson and Steve Kerr with Golden State, and was a part and experienced 4 NBA titles on the West Coast.
And really, Lisa, not a whole lot has changed systematically from Sandy Brondello to Chris DeMarco. This is still a team who shoots a high volume of threes, but they did that under Sandy as well. This team, the makeup of this team, the roster is built for 3-point shooting.
And I think they did that, and they do that at Golden State too, if I'm
I heard they shoot a lot.
Both the men's and both the NBA and the WNBA teams over there like to shoot a lot of threes.
It's in that Bay Area water.
That's right. Blatt. Honshu coming over. She got JC Sheldon, who's now coming off the bench here tonight. First time that JC's coming off the bench here this year.
And JC's going to be consistent, whether she starts or comes off the bench. You know what you're going to get from her. She's a 3-and-D player. You're going to get energy. You're going to get grit. And that doesn't have to necessarily come as a starter.
This is a good time to tease your interview with JC Sheldon at halftime.
Delightful. One of my favorite college players at Ohio State. And I can't believe a Michigan grad is saying that, but it's true.
You're saying, as a Michigan grad, you're saying a lot of great things about an Ohio State grad. Is that allowed? Sabali spins and, wow, finger roll finish. Tough angle, goes off the glass for two.
But what Chicago is making New York do is find all their offense inside the paint. And that's uncomfortable. That's foreign for the Liberty. This is a three-point shooting team. They like to pick and roll and pick and pop.
Jaquez for three. Oh, the sky. A three-point shooting machine in the first quarter. They are 4 of 5 here from three. Their three-point field goal percentage last in the WNBA. They have struggled. Jaquez again. Can she get it again? Can't go back to back. Stewie tips it to herself. Brianna Stewart looking to attack Kulapali and count the bucket.
Three-point shooting is contagious. Before Gabriela Jaquez got injured, she was actually percentage-wise the best three-point shooter on Chicago's roster, so it's good to see her get going early. And that's just a tough matchup to try and defend Stewie going downhill in transition. That's tough for anyone, and Coulibaly's given up several inches with that.
Brianna Stewart hasn't missed a shot, including that free throw, and so she has tallied 5 total points, a couple of buckets from the field, and now making her first free throw attempt of the game. Coulibaly driving Honshu with another block. A couple of them here in the first quarter. Good ball movement. Jaquez from the right wing and pours it in for her second three-point make.
I love the decision by the rookie Coulibaly to kick it back out after she got her shot blocked. That allowed Gabriela Jaquez to get set for that open three.
Seven seconds to shoot. Sabali. A tight closeout by Coulibaly, but falling down, and Sabali, a really good start for her off the bench.
But that's what New York wants to do. I think they would rather take tough contested threes than try and fight the defense and get into the paint.
Cloud steps it back, passes up the three, gives it over to Coulibaly. She hasn't hit a three-pointer all season, Aisha Coulibaly. Coming off the bench, and 0 for 2 here tonight. Johannes, Maureen Johannes will step it back. Johannes fires and she hits.
Yeah, I think Aisha is a little winded right now. I think that's actually why she took that three.
Maureen Johannes, as well as Pauline Astier, now coming off the bench. They have started, you know, in the place of Sabrina Ionescu when she's been injured. And here is Astier. Both French national team products. Sabali. And Stewart gets hacked by JC Sheldon.
Yeah, you felt the momentum is starting to shift now. New York has been able to knock down a couple of threes, and then Chicago's had a few empty possessions.
Brianna Stewart will head back to the free throw line. Just about a 90% free throw shooter. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois is committed to improving access to health and wellness across all communities and empowering the healthcare experience for Illinois families through all of life stages. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. And Brianna Stewart, through 14 games, already like 112 free throw attempts here for the season. Shot clock still in play, about a 20-second differential. Stevens finding Elizabeth Williams. The basket won't count. Waved it off, the foul happening before.
Elizabeth Williams was working so hard down there. She had a Mickey, and what I mean by Mickey is there was a mouse in the house. And that mouse would have been Rebecca Gardner. They just found her a little bit too late.
I'm a big Disney fan. I like that nickname in particular. Elizabeth Williams leaves it short. And the Liberty bring it across. They're dealing with a shot clock situation still. Johannes gets it right back from Jones. Over to Gardner. It was a one-time Chicago Sky player. Sabally offensive rebound and put back. She's been a problem off the bench.
5 3-pointers in a quarter, but this is exactly what Tyler Marsh was hoping when he made the lineup change.
I have a good hit about E-Will on block.
Elizabeth Williams with that shot block, but then a turnover here for the Sky. Rebecca Gardner taking it all the way in for 2.
And that's what Rebecca Gardner does, Lisa. Just think J.C. Sheldon, but in a Sea Moss uniform. Very similar type games.
See the Liberty trying to deny the passing lanes. Cloud, highly contested. Can't get it. E-Will taps it out to Stevens. Rachel Banham has checked in for the first time. Banham kicks it out. Taylor fires in and out. Boy, it looked on the money.
Great job by Azurá Stevens to dig down and help Rachel Banham because she was giving up a lot of size in the paint versus Sabally.
And a walking violation. Well, just like that, the Liberty are back in it. Trailed by as many as 15. Phoebish, an open look. And one and done on that possession.
And Chicago got really lucky because Phoebish had a wide open corner 3 attempt. You can't get caught in a scramble situation in your quarter court defense.
They take a peek, they give a touch to Cardoso, the kick out. Stevens, good ball movement. Every single player touching it. Rachel Banham can't finish it off. Knock it away, force another turnover. 5 of them here in the first half. Cloud over to Stevens, penetrates, goes high off the glass. The ball's loose, Banham comes up with it. Azurá Stevens thought about it, you can tell. She's thinking a lot about that 3-point shot. Jonquel Jones tips it away. But they say it's off of Cardoso last.
And that's exactly what I don't want. As a coach, Lisa, you don't want your 3-point shooters thinking about the 3-point shot. You just want them to catch and let it go. And I'm talking specifically about Azurá Stevens and Rachel Banham, both 2 players who are good 3-point shooters who've just been struggling a little bit. You don't want them to overthink it.
It can be such a mental game. I mean, Azurá Stevens made the most and attempted the most 3-pointers last year when she played with the Sparks. But her percentages are well down. Meanwhile, Stewie attacks and she's up to 8 points. Skyler directing traffic. And Taylor takes a peek. Quick hands. Astier. Johannes. Azare Stevens with the rebound, and this is what she can do. She can lead the break there too. Calls her own number. Tries to get it back. It'll be Liberty basketball.
I'm just seeing so much more effort and grit and hustle from Chicago. And this is a carryover of what we saw versus Indiana and even against Atlanta a couple games ago.
Yeah, could have won both of those games. Down to the final few possessions we talked about. 8 clutch games. Playing the game within 5 points in the last 5 minutes. There's a foul call. It goes against Sydney Taylor, her second. Excuse me, that's her first. And 2 shots coming for Phoebish. Lendistry is the official small business lender of the Chicago Sky. Lendistry begins in your small business dream, and that can make all the difference in the world. Visit believinsmall.com to explore your small business financing options today.
I think Chicago's doing a great job of running Phoebish off the line, taking away what she wants to do. She has a 60% three-point rate, so they're making her get her points in the paint. They have to defend her without fouling, though.
They had a 15-point advantage. Jaquez gets fouled on the shot, but Shimmy, the Liberty's on a 15-0 run here to take the lead.
Well, it started back in the first quarter. They knocked down a couple threes, and now that started to loosen up Chicago's defense a little bit. Chicago has been scrambling a lot in this second quarter.
Just the one lead change here so far. Gabriela Jaquez. An 84% free throw shooter. Mentioned that she missed a couple of weeks, 4 games with that left knee injury. And certainly it was like a domino effect of injuries. Rakia Jackson was injured, and then shortly after that, Gabriela Jaquez was missing from this roster.
And those are 2 players who provide so much versatility for Chicago on both the offense and the defensive end.
Jones trying for the back down against Cardoso. In and out.
Camila defended that fadeaway jumper from Jonquel as well as I've seen it being defended.
Sydney Taylor launches, fires, and hits. Taylor time already in the first half. She's got 11 to lead all scores. Two seconds on the shot clock. Straight away, Jones. She acted like that was like a layup.
It was a layup. That is a layup for her.
Just kind of goes back, makes it look so easy.
That is a layup for her. She has such a smooth release.
Higgins with both Stewie and Jonquel Jones staring at her, tried to split the difference, and there's a loose ball, a shot clock violation. It'll be the 6th turnover shout out too.
I did. She had a big old smile on her face, but much love to all the sociology graduates out there. I see you.
This is the sociology graduate from Michigan. 1-point edge, off the fingertips there of Jaquez.
And it was amazing to me to see how quickly the Liberty got back in transition. They really respect Chicago's transition game, as they should. It's one of the best in the league.
A much different story from the first quarter. You can see the stats popping up on your screen. First quarter to second quarter for this guy. And Stewart, that is not what Chicago Sky fans want to see for a player who is one of the best for sure, but only shooting 19% from 3 coming into tonight.
Yeah, a career low for her, but if you look at her numbers, Lisa, her 3-point shooting over the last 3 years, she's had like a steady decline in 3-point shooting.
Taylor off balance, misses everything.
And so now we'll get an opportunity to see some growth from Sydney Taylor, because earlier in the season, she would have taken a shot like that and then come down and followed it up with another one equally as off. And so now we'll get a chance to see her settle down on defense.
Like this matchup, Diggins against Ionescu. Over to Han. Han Shu with the miss. And Natasha Cloud is very upset. We'll see what Tony Patillo, who is our crew chief, they're going to give it the Sky Basketball with about 19 seconds on the shot clock. They might adjust that. Let's take another look.
I love that they were able to quickly get together. You clearly see that off of Rebecca Gardner's fingertips, and the officials were able to quickly adjudicate that before Chicago had to use a challenge.
Tony Patillo is our crew chief. Jenna Cross and Agana Bazi are officials here tonight. Always want to throw in their names when you're complimenting them. Cardoso blocked by Han Shu, her third of the night. And Liberty toss it away. Here comes Taylor. Oh, step through move. Oh, what a move. Sydney Taylor with all the right moves. The response back the other way. Quick bucket. Sabali and the Liberty. Diggins fills it up.
Earlier in the season, we saw that two-player game with Skylar Diggins and Camila Cardoso. Skylar was looking for Camila on the roll. Lately, Skylar's been coming off of Camila's screen looking for her own shot.
Skylar Diggins from mid-range. One of her rare misses here tonight. Just her second miss from the field. 11 points that she's poured in, right behind Taylor's 13. Those are your leading scorers for the Sky. And Taylor reaches in. That is her second. Chicago, we have another Cole timeout brought to you by... The only thing she doesn't have is rebounds, and she's actually a couple rebounds coming into tonight to 1,000 in her career. Now the Liberty, a good after timeout possession there to go up by 2. Sabali has 13 points off the bench. Jaquez trying to back down Gardner, and she does.
That's just a great job by Gabriela Jaquez to use her size against a smaller defender in Rebecca Gardner.
And Jaquez is now the third to double figures here for the Sky. Ionescu. Off the mark, she's got 0 points. Sabrina Ionescu back in the starting lineup, only taking 2 shots here so far. Deflects that pass, Cardoso trying to go at Jones. Off the glass, her first field goal of the night.
And she did. She went at Jonquel Jones. She didn't fade away, she went right through her. You love to see those kind of plays from Cardoso.
And Stewie, she can get buckets in all kinds of ways.
Well, she can. I think she's one of the most balanced scorers, not just in the game today, but in the history of the WNBA.
Cardoso, reverse, I like the move.
It's a great move.
Inverted screen here. Ionescu setting it for Sabali. Gardner taking the handoff, driving all the way. No one stopped her on the left side.
And the reason no one stopped her is because who are you going to leave? You can't leave Jonquel. You can't leave Stewie. And that's what makes this Liberty team so dangerous.
And Brianna Stewart commits her first personal.
Well, when I talk about Brianna Stewart being one of the most complete and balanced scorers in the history, it's because she doesn't rely on one way to score. If you take away her post-up game, she can knock down the mid-range or shoot the fadeaway. Her three-point has been down a little bit, but she's still always a three-point threat.
And of course, she's got that long wingspan, so, you know, good luck trying to block any sort of shot. That was the final shot of the first half. And the Sky at one point had a 15-point advantage. A fantastic first quarter. Arguably went their best of the season. And
to get into the paint. Also, just with the transition, Skylar Diggins in some of the timeouts mentioned wanting to get into actions a little bit quicker and just being able to recognize that. And then on the other side, defensively, just recognizing matchups a little bit quicker, especially because New York is utilizing their size and knowing when to switch.
Well, they've got 3 6'4" players. It's really incredible. Skylar Diggins with the first bucket for the Sky in the third quarter.
Chicago is doing defensively what you want. As a defender, you want to take away the first option of your opponent, and that's what Chicago's doing right now. Liberty only has 11 three-point attempts, 4 makes, well below their season average. Chicago has to keep the Liberty out of the paint.
Yeah, at one point, Chicago had a points in the paint advantage in the first quarter. But now it's a 28-22 advantage, Liberty over the Sky. Johannes back to Jones, shovel pass, it's deflected. Taylor got her hand in the passing lane, but Johannes gets it right back.
It's that length. Johannes is one of the smaller players on this Liberty roster, and she still has great length at 5'10".
Jaquez nearly had the pick off. Cardoso finds it. And 9 turnovers now for the Liberty. Diggins, Cardoso, Jones picked her pocket. Ionescu doesn't have a bucket or a point here tonight. But back in the starting lineup, feeding Phoebish, who's off the mark. 4 of 13, the Liberty are shooting from 3.
And you see New York has really abandoned any thought of trying to get offensive rebounds. They are really getting back in transition.
Jones with the block, but finds Diggins in the corner. Can't pay it off, gets her own miss. Looky what I found. A rainbow too.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. And at 5'9", Skylar Diggins has learned how to play amongst the trees with that nice teardrop shot.
I love watching it. It like hangs for days.
She's perfected it.
Do you think it has anything to do with the commemorative pin of Skylar Diggins that we're wearing on our blazers?
I feel like we have little Skylars on our shoulders right now.
Dude, they were handed out to some lucky fans and some lucky broadcasters here tonight. Johannes in the paint. Jones fighting for the rebound and draws the foul against Taylor. That's her third.
And all Sydney Taylor could do is just try and use her leverage, use her legs to do her best to push Jonquel Jones out of position.
Jones for 3. Jonquel Jones fills it up. Her second three-point make. She's in double figures now. And a correction, that's actually Taylor's 4th. So you see some subs checking in here at the next dead ball here for the Sky. Cloud and Elizabeth Williams will be the next 2 in. Phoebish. Touch the baseline, so another turnover. And so Taylor will check out with the 4 personals.
But Leonie Phoebish is frustrated right now because what she wants to do is she wants to shoot threes. She has a 60% three-point rate this season. That means 60% of her field goal attempts are from behind the arc. She's a spot-up shooter, and Chicago is running her off the line and daring her to finish in the rim, at the rim.
Now she's 0 for 2 from 3 here tonight with 5 points. Jaquez blocked. It'll be Sky basketball with 10 seconds here to work with.
I feel like New York has more than 4 blocks right now.
It feels like it. I mean, Han Chu has 3 of the 4. Skylar misses everything. And this is just an example of the veteran group of the Liberty. They trail by 15, no panic. Now to work their way back here to take the lead, but a turnover. Here comes Jaquez. Jaquez driving. Elizabeth Williams was trying to tap it out to Cloud.
Chicago's continuing to challenge the Liberty defenders at the rim, going off of 1 foot. I would like to see a Chicago player take it into the paint and go off of 2 feet, try and draw a Liberty defender off balance.
Astier will check in. Kind of one of those rare opportunities, Pauline Astier, to be able to play in the backcourt with Sabrina Ionescu. Astier had started 13 of the 14 games coming into tonight, really in the place of Sabrina.
I thought she did a wonderful job of holding it down until the Liberty could get Sabrina back. I mean, she leads the team in charges taken. It's really good finishing in the rim, about 73% inside the arc. It's excellent for a guard.
Those French national team players teaming up with Johannes and Phoebish, posting up Jaquez, and Gabriella whistled for another foul. That's her first. And already the 4th team foul. So the next one will put the Liberty in the bonus with 6 and some change left to play here in the quarter. Tough shot to try to get. Here comes Stevens. She'll bring it across and keep it over to Diggins. Skyler with the kick out to Jaquez, drives, penetrates, hits it.
Excellent job of attacking a poor closeout and then getting the defender behind you and finishing in the paint.
And Cloud whistled for yet another foul. That's number 2 on Natasha Cloud.
It's just a really good job by Gabriella Jaquez of attacking a poor closeout by Ionescu. She almost dared her to go middle. Gabriella said, say less.
And so the Liberty will be shooting free throws for the final 6 minutes here of the quarter. University of Chicago Medicine is proud to be the exclusive medical provider for your Chicago Sky. Use Chicago Medicine at the forefront. Sabali, a really good first half, 13 points, only missed 1 shot. Talk about a point a minute, 13 points and 12 minutes off the bench in the first half. Skyler to Jaquez. Driving on Stewart, that takes guts when you got that wingspan.
Look, rookie, there's a big difference between attacking a closeout by Sabrina versus trying to score against Stewie at the rim, but great job of getting her body in between the rim and Stewie's arm.
Yeah, it was close. Stewie definitely got her on the arm, but man, she's just got arms for days, a wingspan for days. She picks up her 2nd personal. Stewie's got 15 points, tied with Skyler for the game's leading scorers.
Well, Stewie does lead this Liberty team in stocks, which is a combination of steals and blocks.
Astier with the miss. Stewart tried to tip it. Jaquez on the move. Jaquez in the paint. Aggressive move by Gabriella Jaquez, and she's the game's leading scorer at 16. Oh, blocked! Elizabeth Williams. 500 career blocks for E. Will. Jaquez poured it in. Give us some Gabriella minutes. Give us some Gabriella points. Sabali looking for the answer. And Ionescu, those are her first points of the game. A putback after missing her first 3 shots. Diggins in the paint. Can't get the bounce.
I love the pace that Chicago is playing with right now. When Chicago plays with this type of pace
and blocks, and a player consistently welcoming teams to the block party is Elizabeth Williams. She wants it to be an extension of their defensive identity. She says they do well with deflections, being disruptive, but the blocks give guards confidence to be more aggressive, and hope it continues to translate into more defensive games.
And I don't think Sky fans are well versed on the defensive resume of Elizabeth Williams, but let's remind you, in case you're not, she's the all-time leading shot blocker when she played in Atlanta, and then of course when she was at Duke, she was a National Defensive Player of the Year back in 2015.
She's steady. You know what you're going to get with Elizabeth Williams.
A 4-time ACC Defensive Player of the Year too, by the way. Now this is nothing new. Pocket pass, Elizabeth Williams. Oh, she's gonna pour in some points too.
She said, you two are sitting over there doing all this talking about my defense. I can still put the ball in the basket.
Talk about my offense, please. Han Shu, taller than everyone. She could just keep the ball up in the air. Sabali, left side. Han Shu stands at 6'11". Skylar back to Natasha Cloud, to play the year with the Liberty last season. Was an everyday starter for them. Back to Skylar, three-pointer, not there. Astier bringing it across, baseline drive, and reverse finish.
There are so many rookies in this league that don't play like rookies, that come in with a great deal of confidence. We're seeing two of them, well, three of them actually, Jaquez, Taylor, and Astier.
Backdoor look, Cloud to Koulibaly. Jaquez, three-pointer! Gabriela Jaquez with a new career high. "22 points for Jaquez. She put in that 20 points against Minnesota. The game Rakia Jackson got injured in.
That's what great players do, right? They step up when the situation demands it.
Skylar Diggins, she continues the three-point barrage. They're shooting above 45% from distance here tonight. Skylar's third three-point make. That one giving the Sky the lead. Han Shu, the turnaround.
And that's what Han Shu can do. You want to see if she's going to challenge one of the best shot blockers in the league. Well, she can reverse pivot, create a little bit of separation to get that shot off.
Phoebish looking to take it away. We got a kick ball.
Chicago's 9 of 19 from behind the arc right now. This is an area where Chicago has really tried to get it going all season. And they've got it going tonight, and it's not just one person that's knocking them down. Three-pointers from several Chicago Sky players tonight.
Jaquez will take a seat. 4 of 5 from three-point territory. Look at the shooting numbers.
Before Gabriela got hurt, she was averaging almost 12 points a game, shooting 33% from behind the arc, which at the time led Chicago.
And Cloud pulling up from the free throw line against her former team. A jump ball coming. Tony Patillo, Jenna Cross, and Agana Bazi looking to sort it out here. It'll be Astier up against Elizabeth Williams. And the Liberty has it. Sabali lowers her head. What a tough move by Satu Sabali.
They're making her work. Like, again, very similar to Phoebish. Sabali this year, she wants to shoot threes. They are running her off the line and they're making her work.
Cloud lowers her head. And an emphatic clap after that bucket. Her second field goal, she's got 5 points off the bench. Reach and foul against J.C. Sheldon, her second. And remember, the Liberty has been shooting free throws since 6 minutes left here in the first quarter, but back to Cloud's move.
It's just such a nice step-through move. Good things happen when you play off of 2 feet. Then you're able to pivot, you're able to make counter moves and get the defense off kilter. I feel like that's a lost art. Just got done watching the NBA Finals. Jalen Brunson, he plays off 2 feet as well as any professional basketball player I've seen.
Is that what like skills development coaches are teaching, is off the 1 foot? Is that why it's starting to?
Yes, don't get me started.
Maybe you should
put away the cones,
get
put
into
away the cones.
Maybe you should get in the 2 foot playing skills development sort of business.
You know, Lise, this back of mine, my skills development
You just need
training days are over.
You need a good demo assistant. That's all you need.
Yes.
We'll volunteer Jordan for that. 2 shots coming for Rebecca Gardner. Well, Culver's proudly handcrafting fresh butter burgers, golden cheese curds, and creamy fresh frozen custards since 1984. Welcome to Delicious. My producer Matt Linkey never listens to me when I tell him I can't read the Culver's read when I haven't had dinner yet.
And I'm going to say to you what you say to me. Whose fault is that, Elise?
It's mine. All mine. Hand off here to Cloud. Sheldon launches from the wing. Oh, it squeezes out. But a loose ball foul. Koulibaly doing a great job on the offensive rebound. Aisha Koulibaly will get you about 2 to 3 rebounds per game. This is her 8th game of the season. One of those developmental players.
I've been very impressed with her this season. I just love her aggressiveness, her physicality. She doesn't shy away from contact. That's why she has the 2nd highest free throw rate on the team right now.
Remember, the WNBA has the rosters, the coaches, the front office have the option of having a couple of developmental players on each roster here this year. Phoebish catches and shoots, fires, hits.
That's one of the rare open looks from behind the arc that she's had tonight.
Her first 3-pointer. She was 0 for 2 before that shot. Shot clock's not in play. Taylor has checked in, playing with those 4 fouls. Between the legs, a little cross move. Can't get it. Some opportunity here for the Liberty to get one last shot off. Astier. Well, County ownership group, he had said, I quote, want to take this to the next level. Jolinda, his mom, had taken him to Sky Games, credits her with the interest of it. Out of the timeout. You know, Chicago has been so good out of the timeout. But again, good to have some basketball royalty in the house.
And he gets it. I mean, not only is he a Hall of Fame basketball player himself, but he has 2 daughters. Like, he's a girl dad. Like, he gets it. He understands the value of women's sports.
Well, the shooting percentages are better for the Sky in the 3rd quarter. The only problem, the New York Liberty had better shooting percentages and closed the quarter really well. Jonquel Jones gets it knocked away. 12 turnovers now for the Liberty as Azurá Stevens gets some points off turnovers. Well, the Azurá Stevens is 3rd personal.
I love when Chicago's scoring, knocking down threes, but I still think Chicago is at their best when they're getting stops on the defensive end and they can turn those into points off turnovers, or they can get down in transition before the defense gets set.
Camila Cardoso whistled for the foul. It's her 2nd personal. With the tight coverage Cloud on Astier.
she's such an elite perimeter defender.
Sheldon now trying to body up. Couldn't get a shot off. Oh, a foul call. Use her to her strength. Sydney Taylor, an undrafted rookie. The 2 highest scoring games by an undrafted rookie. She has them in WNBA history. The 30 points against Indiana and the 27 points against Toronto. Baseball fans, the Chicago White Sox are back on WCIU. The U this summer. Watch Chicago Sports Network broadcasts of the Sox on the U. Go to WCIU.com for the full schedule. Free throws. Now Liberty have doubled up the Sky in terms of free throw attempts. Both teams shooting really well from the free throw line. Here is Taylor. Taylor's chance. Taylor sinks it. That's what Sydney Taylor can do for you.
And that's what you do, and that's why you leave her in. As long as she's in this game, she has to be a first priority on the offensive end.
Astier. Stewart catch and shoot. And Brianna Stewart is 1 for 3 from 3. But back to Taylor.
I mean, this is just a great job of an example, of her not needing you to run something for her. She can create her own offense. She can get her own shot off. She can get to the rim or stretch the deep.
Played college ball at UMass in Louisville. I remember she had just a knockout, high-scoring, fantastic preseason game. And all Chicago Sky fans were like, who is this Sydney Taylor? Diggins, bounce pass, Cardoso, and the Sky are back on top by 1.
And now, Lisa, even though that offense wasn't run through Sydney, she drew the defense of the Liberty. So now that opened it up for Skylar Diggins.
Gravity.
Great use of gravity, Lisa.
Brianna
Very
Stewart.
proud of you.
Thank you. One of the buzzwords that the league is sharing this year. Astier. The foul. And so Astier will get 2 foul shots. And then anyone on the team on the floor can shoot the technical free throw.
And so just a quick review, like flagrant, that's more about contact deemed unnecessary, whereas technicals is more about behavior.
So Astier shot the technical free throw first, and now with the 2 foul shots. So we'll look at Azurá Stevens after the foul is committed.
Blocking someone's shot and fouling them in the process and then turning around and going to your teammates is considered bad behavior, apparently.
They get 3 points out of that. Camila Cardoso off the glass. And so the Sky have an answer. They've now cut it to 2. Decisions like that are so crucial in another close game. Could be another clutch game here for the Chicago Sky. They've already played 8 of them. Within 5 points with the last 5 minutes. We're not quite there yet. Skylar over to Cardoso, misses everything. And Cardoso comes down on Jones. And she'll have free throws coming. Cardoso's 3rd.
And Cardoso was saying that she was fouled on her last layup attempt. And she's pleading her case. I think she's gonna lose that one, but she's pleading her case that, hey, I don't just normally miss that badly. I was fouled.
Visit your local Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Audi dealer today and discover luxury, performance, and innovation built for every drive. So New York again, like the third quarter in the bonus with 6 minutes and 20 seconds left to play.
And so this is something to take a look at, Lisa. Chicago's going small now. So they've taken Azurá Stevens out. They're moving Tasha Cloud to the 4.
We got another foul call against Cardoso. So she's at 4 now. So take another look, bottom of your screen.
As a former post player and post coach, this is an example of bigger players being penalized for being bigger than their defender.
So more free throws coming. And New York is trying to stretch out this lead from the free throw line.
Yeah, basketball is a physical sport, and not all contact is a foul.
She took the words right out of Tyler Marsh's mouth. 84-79 now. Diggins not there. Liberty have shot 19 of 21 free throws. Feepish. Now the ball's loose. Skylar had it and then lost it.
I think she tried to drop it off to Tasha Cloud. She would have been better off just keeping it.
And a timeout called by the Liberty. Krista Marco wants to chat about it. We got 5:44 left to play. It's been tight. The assist of the game is brought to you by Culver's. Basketball is better with a Butterburger and with a Diggins assist.
That's right. That Skylar Diggins to Camila Cardoso connection has been efficient all season long. Chicago has about a 61% assist rate tonight. Lisa, 19 assists, 31 made field goals. It's just below their season average of 67%, which is number 6 in the league this season.
Diggins got a game-high 7 assists. So 3 seconds to work with the Liberty with a sideline out of bounds play. Johannes has to launch it. Got a good look at it. Jaquez over to Cardoso. Great play, great look.
I like anything that happens with Chicago in the middle third. That's when New York Liberty hasn't been able to bring any help defense.
Cloud goes down, Stewie goes down. Ball still in the Liberty possession. 6 to shoot. Johannes off the 1 foot, not there.
Chicago's been able to get 2 consecutive stops with this small lineup, playing Tasha Cloud at the 4.
And Diggins in and out. Hey, Kalia, what'd you pick up from the latest Sky Huddle?
Well, Courtney Vandersloot chimed in and said between the fouls and that technical foul that we saw, she said, don't let what just happened take away from what we've been doing. Just continue to pour into each other and support one another.
Yeah, meanwhile, Jonquel Jones is pouring in from distance. She's got another 3-pointer. Jones is 3rd. And Taylor has another jumper. Sydney Taylor. There's a look at Courtney Vandersloot. I like that advice, right? Wouldn't expect anything less from the captain.
Chicago can't afford to exchange 2s for 3s right now.
And another foul against Cardoso. So she's got 5 now. Five to Cardoso, 5 to Taylor. With plenty of time still to play, 4:11 as Cardoso slowly saunters back to the bench.
And as we talk about momentum for Chicago, this is a momentum killer because Camila Cardoso she just started cooking. She had a couple nice finishes in the paint. She was getting it done on the defensive glass.
Well, it's a good one to watch here, and we appreciate all the Sky fans watching here tonight and throughout the region. In addition to the U here in Chicago, welcome those who broadcast television in South Bend, Peoria, Champaign, Decatur, Springfield, Rockford, Madison, Fort Wayne, and the Quad Cities. These are the stations. Your home for the summer is Chicago Sky basketball.
New York Liberty has 22 free throw attempts in this game. Chicago has 7. This is a Chicago Sky team that they average almost 26 free throw attempts a game.
Yeah, that has been dominated by the Liberty here for sure, as Cloud will pick up free throws 8 and 9 tonight for the Sky. And the first foul of the quarter for the Liberty, and Chris DeMarco's trying to erase it from all existence. He's challenging this foul call. Will it be Brianna Stewart's third personal? Will it be the first team foul for the Liberty? All of those questions will be answered when we come back. The Coach's Challenge brought to you by Demesman and Dover. Unsuccessful for the Liberty and Chris DeMarco. So Brianna Stewart will keep her third personal foul, and Tasha Cloud will get a couple free throws.
Yeah, I thought that was a little brazen by Coach DeMarco. I mean, I get it, but it's a foul. You can see Stewie riding Tasha with her right hand almost that entire drive.
Talk about, you know, breaking up what's speed, rhythm, and balance.
Right,
that's an emphasis of the league here this year. And Cloud, some important free throws here for the Sky. Again, that was the first team foul for the Liberty as they sit in the bonus. Chris DeMarco loses his ability to challenge the rest of the game and loses that timeout. He's got 2 timeouts left. The Sky have 3 timeouts. As we are officially in a clutch game here between these two teams. The 9th clutch game here for Chicago. Brianna Stewart, the turnaround.
Chicago's going to have to win this game with their quarter court defense. You can't get in a shootout with the Liberty.
Taylor, it's a big one from the corner. Sydney Taylor rising to the challenge. Gardner fires, that one pops out. Here comes Cloud on the push. Higgins penetrating with the offhand and a foul call. 2 free throws coming for Skylar.
And this is exactly why Tyler Marsh left the rookie in the game with those 5 fouls, because she has the ability to do that. Knock down shots just off of one pass.
As you talked about, there's always the question. You get your first career start, you get an opportunity like this, there's the question. It could go one of 2 ways. You could freeze to the moment, or you could rise to the moment. And Sydney Taylor certainly is responding here tonight.
Sydney Taylor has been a fighter her entire career, Lisa, not just as an undrafted rookie. She played about 6 minutes a game her freshman year at UMass.
She's cold. Sabrina Ionescu doesn't score much here tonight, but it's when she's doing the scoring. She's got 8 points now. Jaquez, a wild shot. Feebish, post entry pass. Jones looking for Stewie. And a turnover for the Liberty. Very costly, 13 in the game.
And this is what I mean about Chicago closing out this game. We talked earlier about how many clutch games that they've been in. They're going to have to win this game with their quarter court defense.
Tyler Marsh had talked about in the pregame. Our start and our finish. We haven't been able to close out games. So they were close to Atlanta a couple games ago, close to the Fever. Push shot for Taylor isn't there. Now the Sky are 3-5 coming into tonight in those 8 clutch games. The 3rd most clutch games played here in the league. Astier. Ionescu hit her last 3-point attempt with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Ionescu has to put it up, and a shot clock violation. A solid defensive stance by the Sky. We got a timeout called. Chicago uses one of its last 2 timeouts.
This game is right here within Chicago's reach, Lisa. But what you saw in that last defensive possession, Chicago's going to have to do it a couple more times to close this game out. You can't get in a shootout with the Liberty. They have too many threats.
I mean, 2 of the so many all-stars on this team, some MVPs on this team. It is an embarrassment of riches when you look across this roster. And one of the reasons why they are a championship contender in the last few years. Sabrina Ionescu, like I said, she hasn't shot much. It took her a while to even get her first field goal, but that doesn't matter for a player like that. I mean, this is winning time.
I think anyone who has watched any WNBA in the last few years knows exactly what Jonquel Jones, Sabrina, and Stewie are capable of.
It's been interesting. Outside of that 15-point advantage when Chicago came out, red hot out of the gates in the first quarter, you saw the number of lead changes and ties. It's been a fun game to digest and watch, no matter where your loyalties lie. But an after timeout.